The Wacom One. This is Wacom's latest creative pen display. I was able to sit down with this tablet and do a little illustration for you guys as I walk through the pros, the cons, unboxing, and also seeing how this screen really holds up. And I gotta say, I'm pretty pleased with it. So let's jump into it. I'm Tyler Pate, and this is the Creative Pen Review. Wacom One. I gotta thank Wacom for reaching out and sending me this display. Nice enough to let me review and give it a test go. Some of the specs here, it's a 1920 by 1080 Full HD screen at 13.3 inch display. And overall, the packaging is really nice. The finish of the Wacom's really cool. It's expected. I've previously used a Wacom Cintiq tablet. This is very comparable. It's got a little pen holder right there. Looks like the on and off switch. The overall finish is really nice. It's smooth. It feels really well made. And the back just has a white matte finish look with the logo right there. And the pen. The pen's a very lightweight. It's a lot lighter than the Cintiq model. And just one button to it. Nothing special, but it is battery free. And I wouldn't compare this pen to anything like the Cintiq model, but it's got a good feel to it, and I think it's going to be pretty nice. And a bunch of cables. Little manual. This is just showing the breakdown of how it works and everything connects. And what do we have? Looks like a wall outlet connector. Goes into this brick here. Alright, simple. And man, these wires, there's so many little outlets. USB. Looks like an HDMI. What is this? Another USB. It's got a little brick on it. And the C port. And if we go ahead and flip it back over, there's some really cool features here. So you'll notice up here in the corners, there are these little kickstands. Gives you a nice little 90-degree elevation. And underneath the kickstands are the nibs. Really cool spot to put those. They always find nice features like that to add with all of their Wacoms. Let's go ahead and plug this thing up. Got the cables. Man, you know, I really wasn't expecting there to be so many cables for this thing. And I was almost considering it being more of a to-go and portable tablet, but it's really not. You have to have a computer and a laptop to hook it up. But I have to say it's very portable compared to a Wacom Cintiq, which is what I previously had. So I could put this in a backpack and go. Installation is pretty easy and simple. Just make sure you download the software before plugging it in. And get your cords ready because we got to plug them up now. And there are a few of them to go through. And yeah, my dongle here only would work for one of the ports. So I had to use two dongles. If you guys are going to use an iMac or any sort of laptop or computer with a C port, make sure you get an all-in-one so you can have all these plugs in a single port. So let's dive in. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And then you should see the Wacom logo appear and then the desktop. One thing I wanted to make different in this walkthrough was comparing this to a Wacom Cintiq, since I currently use that as my main device and that is considered a pro tool. The Wacom One is an introductory tool. But with that said, I mean, it's a pretty comparable device. Think about the mobility. Think about the fact that I could put this in a backpack and I could go and work remote somewhere. That's a huge advantage considering I can't do that with my Cintiq. So other than the cords and just a minor setup, I think this is a pretty solid device. I didn't have very much to complain about at all. I think it's a very comparable device to other Wacoms. It performs just as well as the Cintiq that I currently have. The smaller screen, it takes some time to get used to, but that, again, compare it to other Wacoms where there is no screen. This is now the closest thing you get to a pro tool on a very affordable price. You got to think about, I think this is around $300 to $400 tool. And that's a game changer for anyone just getting into a drawing tablet or just starting out as a designer or illustrator. I wish I had one of these sooner. And if you don't have the money to get a Wacom Cintiq or one of the other higher end performance tablets, this is a great alternative, and this really gets your feet wet on what it is like to draw on a screen, how to navigate with a stylus. All of those things take a little time to really get used to, and for this price, this makes it very affordable and probably the most efficient way of doing so. I also had no limitations with this tablet compared to my Cintiq. You know, the pressure sensitivity of the pen, it gets a little weaker on some levels compared to the Cintiq pen, but still, I'm only really gauging this thing as the price point, the accessibility, mobility, and how does it really compare with the final product. And I was able to illustrate just like I normally do, and I can't really complain about that. It performed just like I needed. So it's a great device for anyone who's just starting out or someone who wants to try something a little different from what's already out there. I would give it a go, and you know, it is a little bit better to travel with than a Cintiq. I also saw that you could hook this screen up to an Android device and phone, and I think that's a pretty cool feature. I didn't personally try that out. I don't have an Android, but still, to think that's a possibility and you don't need your laptop, that's a pretty cool feature. I think it's worth looking into. I want to just end this video with thanking Wacom once again for sending me this tablet and also supporting all of my work. Along with you guys and all of the Creative Pain supporters, you guys definitely make this enjoyable, and I really want to watch you guys grow alongside me. I hope this video was able to help you guys understand a little bit more about the Wacom One, and if maybe this is the right fit for you and your next drawing tablet. I'm going to end the video by finishing out these windows in Illustrator and Photoshop, so I hope this is able to help you guys. Until next time, remember, trust the process and let's break through.